Good day and welcome to the Friday episode of the Sport Rap Show. My name is Jesse Jackson Kauraitha and I will be your host for today, unpacking the latest sports news in and beyond Namibian borders. Of course, it promises to be a busy weekend in terms of Namibian sport, from boxing to rugby as well as a marathon. There is indeed an avalanche of sport codes that will be actually having some activities this weekend. And now for the latest on the hit list. Today on the hit list, we start off with futsal. Of course, an important weekend for futsal, as Chile FC will be looking to extend their unbeaten run when the NDTC Futsal League resumes this weekend after a break. The league leaders face a tricky encounter against 7th placed Boston Madrid on Saturday at the Windhoek Showgrounds. The highly anticipated return will feature 10 matches with 4 key fixtures broadcast live on DSTV channel 285 and 1up2.com from 1700 hours. Chile currently sits off the top of the log with 56 points from 20 matches, holding a 6-point lead over second place Quality FC. They remain the only unbeaten side in the competition, boasting 18 wins and 2 draws and a dominant 107 goal difference is Boston Madrid with 31 points from 18 matches are no pushovers, but will face an uphill battle as they come up against another big team there from Windhoek. And now on to some rugby. This is the seniors. I'm sure this is a matchup a lot have been awaiting once the Premier League concluded. This is the long-awaited first encounter between FNB Kudus and FNB Wanderers since the Walvis Bay Rugby Club won their maiden NIU Premier League trophy in the first half of the 2025 season. This should deliver another great show on Saturday. Wanderers will have the home advantage, hosting a formidable boys in blue for match day 2 of the JSB Gold Cup. Kudus were in great form when they returned to action last weekend at their John Vulcan Stadium, outclassing Trustco United by 43-14. Influential number 8, Jar Thompson van der Berg, scored twice himself and was a big presence as Kudus scored 7 tries against 2. This week, Kudus also announced the names of 3 Premier League players who have now joined the club ranks as they prepare to face this team. Of course, now we move on from senior rugby to junior rugby, where it is also very entertaining. Another consequential weekend awaits in the NSSR Premier League Under-19 among contenders for the top 4 playoff positions. Sam Windhoek High School, the defending champion, has a potential tricky appointment to face comeback Tsumeb Gymnasium in an away match on Saturday. Samsung VI as head coach John Dame's selection has remained mostly consistent with the team that ended OK Foods' Warriors' unbeaten season at their Glade Fortress last weekend. Dame says, "We are fully aware of the threat that Tsumeb forwards pose in tight phases before they move the ball wide. They deserve their high position on the log standings currently, and we expect them to be very motivated." Now let's have a look at some of the big fixtures of the weekend. It is indeed a busy weekend and there will be a lot of activities taking place, of course, in the capital and beyond. On Saturday, 9 August, the inline hockey, that is in Chengdu, China, World Skate Games Inline Hockey Senior Men's Tournament 7-11 August. That will be Namibia versus the USA at 11 o'clock. And then at the tennis, at the Central Tennis Club Olympia, Billie Jean King Cup continues. The World Cup of Women's Tennis Africa Group placement stage, these will be matches between Tunisia versus Namibia 7th and 9th respectively, Burundi versus Algeria 10th and 12th respectively. We also have road running, and that is the Bang Windhoek Red Run, start and finish at the Rambler Sport in Pioneers Park. Total prize money for this one is 60,000 Namibian dollars for distances over 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 21 kilometers. Entries have now closed, of course. And then we have, that is the Netball MTC Namibia Premier League taking place this time in Rundu, Namibia Correction, that has been doing well, faces off against Tigers at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then we have the fixture between the Unam Jaguars versus Eastern Chiefs at 9:30, while Wanderers battles Mighty Gunners at 11. Unam plays on Namibian Navy, while Oshodonjupa Nampol plays Extreme. Tops versus Afrocat Lions. Tops will be the home team this weekend as they hail from that Rundu. And then we have Tigers versus Unam Ongongo at 1800 hours, while Mighty Gunners plays Eastern Chiefs at 19:30. There's also some mountain bike there. As we can see, we have mountain biking at Kleiner Cooper FNB Schools Mountain Bike League. First start Group 8 includes the under 18 boys, 7 laps under 16 boys as well. And then we have the mountain biking 50 kilometers west of Windhoek, the gravel and Dirt MTB Marathon Series in partnership with Holland Namibia presents the inaugural Ongolo Gravel 100-meter mountain bike race powered by Holland to the start and finish at Farm Valgras, situated 50 kilometers west of Windhoek in a scenic Hoogland, Hoogland distance of 164 kilometers, 84 kilometers and 44 kilometers will be competed. Then there's also some volleyball there at the Rundu Trade Fair Hall, MTC Volleyball National League matches taking place. And then we have the futsal matches, of course, those ones that will be broadcasted by the NTV team. Of course, a great weekend to look forward to, indeed, of the sport events there. We'll now visit the marketplace, and after that, we return with more news.
In a world where politicians promise the moon and deliver potholes, where democracy sometimes arrives in camouflage and ballots often look like formalities, one show dares to laugh with Africa, at Africa, and sometimes for Africa. This is Second Take, your weekly dose of political satire with an African soul and a global edge. From coups disguised as press briefings to ministers moonwalking past accountability, we serve the real news with sharper writing. Each week we bring you the TikTok of the week, because sometimes the revolution is vertical, and the heartwarming moment of the week to remind us that not everything is burning. We also sit down with the bold, the brilliant, and the brave, voices that question power, stir thought, and spark laughter. Because when the headlines are wild, the leaders are louder, and the truth is lost in translation, we all need a second take.
The Billie Jean King Cup has been producing some thrilling spills and drama at, of course, the tennis courts there. And our reporter, Mariet Ngula, has been following these proceedings closely, as well as the NTV team that has been there. Let's hear from what they have gathered at that site.
Joining us is Coach Bernard, coach of Ghana. Coach Bernard, a slow start of the day there against Namibia, losing your 2 matches, but you redeem yourself, or bounce back rather, in the end to win the doubles. What are your thoughts on today?
It's been amazing day. I mean, we didn't start well because of the weather. I mean, it's been affecting us because we are coming from a degree of 32, 34, and we are playing somewhere +4, +6, -3 yesterday, especially. And we are still adjusting to the weather. It's not been easy, but it's been a very good experience for us as a team, and we are still building up ourselves one day after other. But so far, it's been good winning up with the doubles at the ends to boost the confidence of my players. So far, that's what I can say.
Okay,
Yeah.
now Coach Bernard, thank you so much for your time and all the best for the coming matches.
Thank you very much.
Yes, is Namibia's captain. He said a good day in the office there, getting a win over Ghana. What are your thoughts on today's matches?
Wow, I'm so proud of the team. Very excited. This is a great day for us. I mean, the fact that we're doing already a lot better than last year. Last year we came in 10th, and now we're playing for 7th and 8th. We're giving ourselves a better chance. I mean, today the girls came in fighting from the beginning until the end. Of course, it's comfortable going into doubles 2-0 up. But I'm happy. I'm very proud of the girls who play doubles. I'm very proud of the girls who play singles. We're definitely excited. We're ready for Saturday's match.
Okay, Saturday you are going up against Tunisia. How do you feel about that, and how are you gonna prepare for it?
Oh, we are confident. We are ready. I mean, today we have some light hitting today, and some will be resting because tomorrow we're an off day. So tomorrow we'll come in, sleep in, and then practice in the afternoon. Get ready for Saturday, and we're ready to take Tunisia on.
Okay, now Lesedi, thank you so much for your time, and all the best for Saturday.
Of course, go Namibia.
Hey everyone, you can catch Chill Sessions every Saturday on NTV at 7 p.m. Chill Sessions is the show where we take you in and around the country, counting down the trending music videos for the week you don't want to miss out.
Now, of course, we do have our JSB's bet segment where obviously Brian Munango and Javon Wilson always try and guess and make somebody lucky there with the latest betting slips. So let us hear from them.
Jeff, you saw the skill? With the rep, it's my first time, but you saw the skill. What are your thoughts on?
No, excellent folding skills. You can see your bachelor folding clothes at your spare time. No, excellent, well done, and the food looks scrumptious, looks delicious. Can't wait to try it.
We're all getting very, very hungry on this side of the table, and the food is almost ready. But before we do get to the food, it's time to give you guys some tips for the weekend. Hopefully, you can make yourself some money. But before we do get to the money, we have a new iPhone user in the house. He's going to be representing himself shortly. There we go. New iPhone 16, 128 gig, courtesy of JSB. Won that phone for myself. Very beautiful phone. It's a teal. The color is teal, I understand.
Yes, look at that smile, eh?
You can't buy that smile, bro. Happiness.
Yeah. No, well done, Brian. Just a disclaimer, it was a randomized draw. It just shows you how much Brian does bet on JSBsports.bet.
You know, I was actually supposed to bring my winning slips of last week on the show. I forgot. The ones I sent you during the weekend, I forgot. I didn't put my mind on. But yeah, we made some money this weekend, guys. With the friendlies, not this weekend, but during the course of the week, we did make some cash with some betting tips. But that's not the topic of discussion right now. We are looking to the future. We're looking to the upcoming games and how we can help you make some cash. So to start off with, we want to hear Javon's thoughts on Manchester United signing, beating Newcastle, who are in the Champions League, to the signing of Benjamin Sesko. What are your thoughts on that signing, Javon?
Scores when he wants. Benjamin Sesko scores when he wants. That's all I'm saying. I'm looking forward to him scoring perhaps more goals than Gyökeres in the upcoming 2025-2026 Premier League season. It just shows you the pulling power that United still have.
Yes.
As you can tell, I'm ecstatic. I'm putting him straight into my fantasy team.
Okay, we'll speak about fantasy as well. Okay.
But yeah, I'm just proud that Ineos is doing the work out there behind the scenes, getting players in for the coach. It seems like they are backing the coach, and I'm happy about that. And hopefully we can have a decent season, better than the one we had last
season. Eh? Okay. If speaking of transfers, are you happy with United's transfers? Do you want to see more players come in, more players go out?
Yeah, most definitely. There are one or two players that I think still have to exit the door, which is unfortunately for Garnacho and Anthony. And in terms of coming in, I would really love the fact that we have an interest with John Luigi Donnarumma. If he could come in and he could be the number one goalkeeper instead of Onana, no disrespect there, but we know all his mishaps and mistakes.
Yes.
And then Baleba from Brighton, if he can come in as well, I think we have a solid team. I'm just a little bit concerned regarding the mid-season when it's the AFCON and the players need to go away, Baleba and Mbuemo and others, that there might be an issue there. But for now, I think we are on track to have a good start to the season. So bring on the Arsenal, Ashwin.
Bring on the Arsenal, Ashwin. It's good that you're not here because it's a united thing going on here. Look, we're just going to scan through some of the signings, and I just want you to share your quick thoughts on them. Having a look at Darwin Núñez, who is leaving Liverpool. I mean, Alexander Arnold might still go to Liverpool by the looks of things, but Darwin Núñez is officially leaving Liverpool.
Isaac,
not
Arnold.
Yes, Isaac. Sorry. He might still join Liverpool. Thoughts on this one?
Money. That's it. Full stop.
Okay.
I mean, we all know why he went. So yeah, another top player with great potential lost, legacies lost. So yeah, all the best to him, and yeah.
Maybe we'll come back to the Premier League, but let's just quickly have a look at Son. Son is one of the players that we have loved in the Premier League. Now he's leaving. I've been signaled we only have 2 minutes. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on this one?
I think it's more attractive than going to Saudi Arabia, playing in the MLS. I think the MLS league is growing, I think, from strength to strength as well. I think they are it's a very attractive league right now for a lot of players that are going towards the end of their careers. So, and it was quite surprising when I saw it on the headlines when it was breaking. Son leaving, he's the captain, obviously. So yeah, it's a new leaf for the Spurs, new coach with Thomas Frank coming in as well. So yeah, all the best to them, and we'll see how far they can get.
Good luck for Sonny Boy. Skipping the rest of the transfers, we're going to jump straight into your bet slip, I think, first. I want to first see what your thoughts are for this weekend. I mean, this is the most important part of the show. I think this is the part that everyone waits for. So tell us, Javon, $500 for 3,720 Namibian dollars and 77 cents. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, look, $500 is a bit much. I think we might have a bit of change left over from the previous pay.
Yeah.
But I think this is a decent slip. The curtain raiser, the inaugural curtain raiser to the Premier League. Crystal Palace and Liverpool play in the Community Shield.
Okay.
I think both teams lack game fitness. I think we'll only see that after the first 3 game weeks. So therefore, I feel there could be lapse in concentration in both defenses, for that matter. I feel both teams can score, and I'll go with both teams to score. I think for 1.78, those are decent
good odds. Yes.
Mamelodi Sundowns, as I said, that's a banker. Stellenbosch taking up Kaizer Chiefs. I think that's a very attacking. Both sides are very attacking, so it's an attacking game. I feel both teams can definitely score there, and I'll end off with the banker, which is Orlando Pirates.
Orlando Pirates is the banker. Okay, let's quickly have a look at mine. Mine is very ambitious. $300 for 3,000 Namibian dollars. Chelsea versus Leverkusen. All of mine are friendlies. Barcelona taking on Como. Barca to score more than 2. And then the rest is as you see it on the screen. Well, viewers, before we do leave, Javon, we do have the giveaway. The new giveaway that's on and going, where you can't win an iPhone, obviously, but you can definitely walk away with a voucher of 10,000, 5,000, or 2,500 Namibian dollars. Just let the viewers know before we do leave how they can take part in this competition. Gabby maybe also wants to know how she can walk away with a voucher.
Thank you. Just quick, simple. You place a bet of 20 Namibian dollars on any sports bet market, and if it's a losing ticket, you stand a chance to win one of the home care vouchers. Home care could be any home care company within the capital city. We're still going to finalize that. So that's the value. At the first prize will be 10, second will be 5, and the third 2,500.
Valid between the 4th until the 31st of August. That's not all the time that we do have for you. We'll continue this chat right after the break. The food is almost ready. We need to eat. So viewers, please stay tuned. We'll be back right after this.
Well, Brian Munango and Javon Wilson, you guys should tell us the secret. Brian Munango, they winning, of course, an iPhone 15. So, guys, those that watch this show on a regular basis, I think you should follow the tips of these 2 gentlemen because they always find themselves very lucky. On the other side of the break, Ariel Hart is on standby to give us the latest international sports news. From me, Jesse Jackson, Kauraifa. it is goodbye.
3, 2, 1.
Hi, welcome to We Talk, your weekly hub for inspiring stories and community highlights. In Talk of the Town, we bring you the latest news from Windhoek and the surrounding towns. Need weekend plans? The We Chill segment has the coolest and best events lined up for you. For all the food, inspiring entrepreneurs. Finally, We Care celebrates the heroes making a difference in their communities. So don't forget to catch We Talk every Thursday at 1:30 p.m. on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 20.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with tennis news first. Canadian Open, the finals was played and is leading up to the US Open that will start in a week or two's time. And in the Canadian Open, it was a great performance in the women's division. It's a Canadian player. She's very young still. It's Victoria Mboku, her name to remember. She beat Naomi Osaka in the final by 2-6, 6-4 and 6-1. And Mboku was unseeded, and she's a real prospect for the future en route to winning the tournament. She also beat Elena Rybakina and also Coco Gauff, and so a great tournament by her. Also in the men's division, the final was completed. It was American Ben Shelton that won a tough three-setter against Karen Khachanov. He's from Russia. The score there 6-7, 6-4 and 7-6, and that is to advance to the to win the tournament. That is in the Canadian Open that was concluded. Going on to golf news, the Sindud Championship that started, it is part of the FedEx playoff. 70 players that qualified to play in this tournament. $20 million total prize money for this tournament. The winner takes home $3 million, and it is Ashkay Bahati. He's 8 under par, 62 in his first round. Tommy Fleetwood 63, so the scores are quite low. And then also Scotty Scheffler, he's the world number 1. He's the defending champion in the FedEx Cup, and he came in with a 3 under par total. There's no cut. All 70 players play all 4 rounds, and it is the winner that will get $3 million at the end on Sunday. The top 50 from this tournament then advances to the BMW Championship, and that's the next tournament then on the PGA calendar. Southern African interest, it's South African Aldrich Potgieter. He was best placed, 1 over par. And then to conclude today's international sports news, it is rugby news. It is Australia that travelled to South Africa. There's 2 test matches that will start. Well, the first one is the 16th of August. That will be at Ellis Park. They play against the Springboks, and then the 23rd of August they play against the Springboks in Cape Town. Team news is that Nick White, the experienced scrum half, have been included in the squad. He actually announced his retirement to stop playing international rugby after the British and Irish Lions series. But there was an injury, and Joe Schmidt, the coach, had to include him. It is Jake Gordon, the scrum half that played most of the tests against the British and Irish Lions. He's injured, so the experienced Nick White came out of retirement again, and he's going to play in the 2 tests in South Africa, probably also play some of the further tests against Australia and New Zealand.